Conference cross-country meets in the Hawkeye 10 and Twin Lakes Conference last night. Also some area volleyball. Let's start off with girls cross-country, where South Central Calhoun had 4 runners up at the Twin Lakes Conference meet at Sioux Central. There was no team score for them. Iris Melody would finish 9th, and Jossa Hoppert was 16th. You do need 5 runners to have a team score. Kemper ran down at the Hawkeye 10 Conference meet at Shenandoah. The girls would finish 8th with 172 points. It was Shelby Graving in 42nd place. Anna Seidel did lead them in 24th place. On the boys' side of things, Kemper was 3rd at the Hawkeye 10 Conference meet with 122 points. Oliver Vanami would finish 32nd. Leading the way was Dayton Weeder, and he would finish in 8th. Now, Asac County won the Twin Lakes Conference meet with 50 points. South Central Calhoun was 7th with 167 points. For Esac County last night, Landon Sporer took 2nd. Oliver Engo would finish in 24th. For South Central Calhoun, Declan Spencer was 16th, and Derek Green would finish up in 45th place. We move now to volleyball action. It was Kemper defeating Sergeant Bluff Luton in a matchup of top 10 ranked teams, winning 20-25, 25-17, 25-23, and 25-20. For Kemper, it was Kaylee Simons with 4 assists, 35 digs, and 3 aces, including 2 aces to end the match back-to-back. Elsa Tiefenthaler added 40 assists, 9 digs, and 4 aces. Carroll topped Boone 3-0, 25-23, 25-19, and 25-18. For the Tigers last night, Analia Ayala ended up with 14 kills to go with 16 digs. Amanda Wardell added 16 kills, 10 digs, and 4 aces. South Central Calhoun and Sioux Central were at New Alfonda. The Titans would fall to New Alfonda 25-22, 25-19, and 25-11. Macy Dorman had 7 digs to go with 2 aces. It was also Blair Schleichman with 3 kills to go with 12 digs. Titans would fall to Sioux Central 3-0, 25-23, 25-22, and 25-18. Morgan McChesney had 17 digs, 2 aces. Sydney Stewart added 18 assists and 9 digs. Esac falls to Alta Aurelia 25-17, 25-8, and 25-20. It was Tori Hauser with 8 digs last night. Also, Sarah Bontrager finished up with 3 kills and 13 digs. There are still a lot of scenarios that could play out for Esac County on Friday night as they head to Emmetsburg for their Week 8 matchup. The Raiders need a win to lock themselves into the playoffs, but can still make it in with a loss, depending on how the South Central Calhoun versus Pocahontas area game plays out. Raiders head coach Eric McCullough says they have talked to their kids about focusing on their own game.
Start looking at, if that happens to fall that way and our records end up the same, you got a 3-way tie, then it kind of comes down to that 17-point rule. And, you have to go through and kind of figure all that stuff. But we just told the kids we're just worried about our game.
The Raiders need to stop the Emmetsburg running game and find their own running game on the road tonight if they want to pick up their 4th win of the season. ICAM Manning wraps up the regular season on the road at West Monona. The Wolves have wrapped up the 3rd seed in the district and are looking for their 3rd straight win. Now they face a West Monona team that's won 2 straight and has been running the football well lately. Wolves head coach Corey McCarville says his defense will need to be fundamentally solid.
To be gap sound, we're going to have to tackle well. There's a couple things that we've picked up on tape that hopefully we'll be able to exploit. But if we tackle well and we're gap sound, I think we'll be okay. But it is going to be a challenge for our guys.
The Wolves have been strong in the passing game all season, but Coach McCarville expects West Monona to try to take that away and force them to run. Audubon secured the district title with a big win over Coon Rapids Bayard last week. Here in Week 8, they'll turn their attention to Exarroquin-Kimballton in their final regular season game. The Spartans have a good offense, and Waders head coach Sean Burks expects to see different looks from them.
We'll have to be gap sound. They use a lot of different formations. They use motion. They'll run it and they'll throw it. They're at this point in the year, they don't have a lot of tendencies as far as where they're going. They do enough things out of various looks that it's not a dead tell. So
the Wheelers can complete an undefeated season if they can pick up a win tonight. They're currently ranked at number 5. Rest of the area scheduled tonight, Carroll at Perry on Kick 106.7 with Nick Brinks. Pregame at 6:20, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Kemper hosting Okoboji Milford with a pregame at around 6:20 and kickoff at 7 o'clock on KCIM with Tom Hawkap and also Doug Waniger. We'll also have a live video on the CB Sports Network YouTube channel. South Central Calhoun again goes to Pocahontas area. It'll be Coon Rapids Bayard at Glidden Ralston tonight. That'll be on 93.7 KKRL with myself and Mason Nealon on the broadcast. Pre-game about 6:15, kickoff at 7 o'clock, and Arweva travels to Cam. New Way Ford Scoreboard Show tonight. KC Miners, Craig Lux and Todd Danner. Again, interviews with all 9 of our area coaches. Scores from our area schools and their districts. Scores from around the state. And the playoff breakdown tonight because all of our schools besides Carroll playing their final game of the regular season. So the New Way Ford Scoreboard Show tonight again from 10 to midnight on KCIM and Kick. And that's sports here on the CB Sports Network. I'm Jeff Blankman reporting.